Hello and thank you for tuning into my channel. I want to give a big thank you to the 300 subscribers I've now reached, and also I wanted to do a video on how I installed the pickups, specifically the bridge pickup in my Ibanez guitar. Now, just want to give you a disclaimer, I'm not a professional electrician, so if you don't feel confident in following what I'm doing, always seek expert advice. Okay, so the first thing you might want to do is download a wiring diagram, and usually this is found from the manufacturer's website. So in this case I've downloaded the Dimarzio wiring diagram. Now if you're new to wiring diagrams, this might look a bit complex for you. So what I've done is, just to really simplify it, I've removed all the unnecessary wires and pickups and connections. So that looks a lot better to me now, and as you can see there's 3 connections that I'll be making during this install. The first is the red wire, also known as the hot wire, and this is attached to the pickup selector, and you can note the position that it's attached on. The second is the black and white wires, which you combine together, and they also attach onto the pickup selector, and you can also note the position this attaches onto. Finally, the green and bare wires combine together, and they attach onto the back of the volume pot, which I'll be showing you in the videos next. Right, moving on to the install, the first thing I did was remove the strings, and followed by this, the pick guard. I wanted to keep the same strings on and not change them, so I did it in this way. The Ibanez multi-tool was really handy here. What I would suggest is keep like a pot or something available where you can store all your screws so you don't lose them. Here's a closer look, and if you look at the original bridge pickup, the wire that comes from it is green. And if you follow this green wire to the point at where it splits, you can see where the connections are, and these are the connections you want to desolder. Taking a closer look at the original pickup, which had a green wire, you notice actually this splits into only 3 wires, and there are actually different colors to the ones that Dimarzio provide. So there's a black wire attaching onto the pot. There's also a white wire and a red wire which attach onto the pickup selector. So make note of these positions, take photos if you need to, and get ready to desolder these 3 wires. Be very careful whilst desoldering, try not to use your hands when you're pulling off the wires. Right, here's a fun bit. Now you can remove the old pickup. One thing I should mention is try and use as many towels as possible to try and prevent scratches. So here are the Dimarzio wires. 4 out of 5 are covered, so I'm just using a wire stripper to expose them. So here's the wires from the Dimarzio, and as you can see, what I've done is I've twisted the green and bare wire together. I've also twisted the black and white wires together as well to make those 3 connections. And what I'm doing, I'm using some solder with the soldering iron, and I'm just preparing the wires. So this process is called tinning. You could also use this opportunity to use some electrical tape over the green and bare wires so they don't touch other electronics in the guitar. Now you can mount your new pickup into place on the pick guard. And finally you can use your pre-prepared wires, because you tinned them and you put some solder on them, and you can solder them in place. They'll go in exactly the same place as the original pickup, but just remember not to confuse the colors. As you can see here, the red and black and white go on the pickup selector, and the green and bare wires go onto the back of the volume pot. As you can see, it can be quite fiddly, but please don't use your hands like I am. On this guitar, soldering and desoldering on the pot did take a very long time, so just be prepared for that. So you can gently test the pickup by tapping your screwdriver on it while it's connected to the amp. Right, let's get this screwed back together. Well, now that you've completed the install, you can stand back and admire your work, get the strings on and get ready to jam. This video was really useful and it gives you an opportunity to try something new. If you did like it, please do click like on the video, subscribe, leave a comment for me and share the video to other people if you think they'd find it useful. Thank you again.